Hi, I'm Jim Byrne. I live here in Topsham, and my question revolves around science education. One of the things that I think is lacking in the state is science education, also to try to promote engineering and things of that nature. And I'm not just saying at the college level, but I'm saying right at the elementary level. What you're saying, we need to get kids interested, even first, second, third grade. One of the things tonight that's happening and all this weekend is actually over at Bowen College's RoboCup, which is basically robotics and these robots that play soccer. And basically what happens is you go over there, there'll be 150 kids watching that, and if it was better promoted, I think we could fill that stadium. So my question is, how do we promote that, and do you have a policy on that? Thank you.
Well, I will tell you I agree 100% that math, science, education has gone backwards instead of forward. And quite frankly, 20 years ago, the state of Maine was one of the top education systems in the country. And today, we're in the bottom 10, as far as in many respects, and depending on who you listen to. One of the areas that we need to work on is science, math. Actually, a little history wouldn't hurt either. It'd be nice for our kids to know a little bit about the history of Maine and maybe of our country. What we're going to do with that is, and Steve touched upon it, it's education from what I call K through 13. It's on all levels. In the primary school, we need to make the foundation so that we can identify and quite frankly, many professional teachers and professionals in the field of education will tell you that you can pretty much predict in the first, second grade who's going to be a dropout. So I mean, the technology, the science, the knowledge is there, the knowledge base of what we need to do. We just need to do one thing in Maine, is we need to identify the best teachers that we have and compensate them accordingly. We need to get away from No Child Left Behind and all the paperwork that we put onto our teachers, and we need to focus in key areas, which are language, science, math, history. And if we focus on that, we go back to allowing the teachers to do what the teachers do best, is to teach and not paperwork, then I think we can regain the position that we had 20 years ago. And one more thing. A lot of people will be saying, will say that the class sizes are too big. The state of Maine right now has got the lowest class sizes in the entire country on average. In recent seminars that we've gone both at the national level and here in Maine, we're finding that if you identify the best teachers, an excellent teacher with 25 kids will do better than an average teacher with 10 kids. So, as I said before, you find your best teachers, you pay them accordingly, and you let them teach.
Let me just add one thing. In addition to that, we're specifically around STEM education, science, technology, engineering, math, that we are going to be putting forward a proposal to create a STEM council. You know, we've got great science teachers at the K-12 level. We've got the science resources at the higher ed level. We've got the private sector. We've got the laboratories. You know, so we have a tremendous amount of resources out there around STEM education. What we need to do at the policy level is coordinate all of that. We've got too many silos in the system. This system doesn't talk to this system. So the governor is going to put forward a proposal that talks about creating essentially a cabinet-level STEM council, where we're going to be looking at STEM education and how do we connect these pieces together. We've got private sector folks. When the commissioner and I were down in York County and looking at Pratt & Whitney, some of these really high-tech employers, what they need for kids with math education, engineering education. So we just got to connect a lot of those dots. Those resources are there. We're just not doing as good a job as we need to do to tie those pieces together into a comprehensive plan for STEM education across Maine. So that's the other goal that we've got coming up.
We've got a question from Tegan Byrne. How old are you, Tegan? 8. What's your question?
My name is Tegan. I'm concerned about the future of Maine. I want you to help the schools to have money they need and to have small classes so the kids can focus better. I also want you to please keep animals and forests protected. What do you think about these areas? Thank you.
One thing that I would like to say is our administration is very, very concerned about making sure that we get all the education dollars into the classroom. So my discussions with Steve have been